Training the people is one of the most important pillar we have for our growth. We invested more than 400,000 hours in North America in associate. Think about we have almost 10,000 people. It means that's really, on average, I have 300 hours invested in associate to really replicate the e-commerce experience in stores. So we launched really during COVID. We call Smart Shopper. My really concern was our associate, what the future for them.
You would just say that the future of Luxottica might be go from an eyewear company to electronic company?
Here's Paula Macadi, and this is episode 7 of my show. Welcome to OFFBounds. You have probably been to a Sunglass Hut store in your life. They have more than 18,000 stores in 150 countries. So it is the destination we are looking for a new pair of glasses. My guest today is Giorgio Pradi. He is the president and general manager of Sunglass Hut North America. He's responsible for almost 2,000 stores, and just before the interview, we visited the one at Fifth Avenue in New York. So just we see the innovations in the store and the new Meta and Ray-Ban collab. Giorgio started his career at Sunglass Hut parent company Luxottica in the wholesale side, and later he went to retail, exploring businesses in 3 different continents, which he will share in the interview. But before we dive into the interview, I'd like to please ask you to subscribe to the show so you don't miss any episode. We can do it on YouTube or any podcast provider so you don't miss any episode, and I promise I'll keep working super hard to bring you the best content.
Benvenuto.
Grazie.
I'm trying my Italian here, and you know that it's not that good.
Good.
Yeah, but thank you so much for joining us. You are the president of Sunglass Hut here in North America, but you have been working for Luxottica, the parent company of Sunglass Hut, for more than 20 years. And I'm very curious to understand your career path. So you've been with Luxottica, then it became Estir Luxottica. So you lived all through the transformation of the company. And you work in retail now, but Luxottica wasn't only retail before. How was that transition for you?
So first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me. So I've been working my entire life in Luxottica. I finished college, and after 3 months, I was offered this job in Portugal. I started immediately as general manager of Luxottica Portugal.
Did you speak Portuguese already?
Ainda lembro un poquinho.
Yeah, but like you were in Milan, right?
No.
No?
I never worked in
okay.
in Italy. I started in Portugal. Without zero experience, not speaking the language. I jumped there in Luxottica Portugal. And for me, it was really the best experience. It was really a master because the subsidiary was small, so I have to do everything from the commercial director, logistics, marketing, accounting. So I really learned.
It was like an MBA.
Exactly, an MBA, but I was paid for even the best experience. So it was really a great experience. Then after 5 years, they offered me to go to Spain. Really one of the biggest subsidiaries for Luxottica. I was in charge of integration, the Ray-Ban. We just bought the Ray-Ban division from Barcelona into Luxottica. So the first 3 years, I really worked integrating the culture, the operation for the Ray-Ban teams into Luxottica. After 3 years, I was promoted as a general manager of Luxottica Spain. I was living in Barcelona, fantastic city. I was so happy. I mean, the city is amazing, friends, family. But, after 14 years, I wanted to experience something new because it was always the same as a routine. So they offered me...
You had figured that out already.
Yeah, exactly. No, nothing. I like some challenges sometimes. So they offered me, my boss, to go to Brazil and to really lead in the expansion of Sunglass Hut brand that was just starting.
So they already had the retail...
They were just started. They started 2 years earlier. They have, I think, 100 stores between Brazil and Mexico. And they really asked me to expand other countries, continue to expand in Mexico and Brazil. So I was thinking a little bit, leaving my comfort zone, right, to experience a new challenge. I said, let's go, let's try. I convinced my family, pretty easy. We moved there, and then you say, how is the transition? I can tell you, I think it's pretty different. It's completely different, we say, from wholesale to retail. Also for me, it was from Spain to Brazil, so double jump, right? Different continent, a different business. I think the biggest difference between wholesale and retail, wholesale is maybe more strategic a little bit. You have to really think about the customer, plan with each customer, especially the key account, the sales reps, the brand. And any initiative or action you take, you see the result after 3, 4, 6 months, or after years sometimes. While retail is completely different. Retail is really dynamic. You take an action and you see result after 1 hour, right? This is, I think, I like most. It's really action, pure action, and really engaging and motivating the people, because it's really a business of people. If you have people engaged, motivated, you have results. So that's why it's for me, it was really exciting. And then Sunglass Hut, I fall in love immediately because the culture here is really fun and energy. It's really fun. Why wholesale? Maybe sometimes a little more boring to deal with.
Yeah, and you're dealing with the end consumer. You see the smile. That's what matter, right? Like the smile, how they behave when they enter your store, and it's
each consumer is different. So I really understand the personality, the mindset, what they like, don't like. So it's really something that is giving me really curiosity.
So you lived in Europe. North America, here we're recording this in New York on my birthday. So in North America, thank you. And in Latam, so you lived in the same 3 continents I've lived. I wonder what are the specific challenges of each market.
I mean, for sure, first the language. I mean, you need to learn. For me was, I have to learn Portuguese immediately the first day, then Spanish. Then maybe English, I spoke a little bit, but it was not my first language. So first the language. And second, really for me, is the culture and the habit. I think Spain, Portugal, Brazil is a little easier. We are Latinos, right? So it's a little easier, the understanding, connect with the people, the culture. While here in North America, I think it's a little different. For me, maybe it was a little more complicated to adapt here to North America. But again, for me, it's really important the first 3 months to observe, to learn, to make questions, to really understand the culture before really take any action. I'm used to, because already I moved 3 times. Understanding really the American people for me was really a learning process. I can tell you, for me, the biggest differences between, for example, American and the Latinos, no?
What is the difference?
For me, for example, I would think the Italians or Latinos, we sometimes start a project, right? New ideas, without having everything in control. No, we start a project and say, we see during the journey, we adapt, we fix it, we arrange it, we adapt. No problem, no issues. While here in Americas, I think it's different. Here, if you don't have anything perfect and we under control, we don't start a project.
Show me the business plan.
The business case. So they want anything to be really perfect at the beginning before launch, kick off a project. Why? In Italy, it's different. We launch, and then if you fail good, or if something's not working, we can adapt, adjust. I mean, I don't know what is better, but for sure, maybe in America, since it's the number 1 country, maybe for sure there is a better methodology. But this for me is something different. And then, for example, also the timing of the meeting. We, Italian, Latinos, we arrive 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. It's something that we accept. We don't care. We not really respect the timing. Here, no, I really prefer here. Here's the first day, it's a meeting at 4 o'clock. Everyone was there at 4 o'clock. When in Spain, in Brazil, there's not really so. But some example. In total, that you acknowledge it, you understand it, you adapt to the culture, not vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. And like what is funny for me is that I've been to a Sunglass Hut store pretty much in everywhere, like every continent.
Thank you.
And they all look the same. Visually, I don't feel like the big difference from regions. It is all, for me, very standardized. Do you do any localization adaptation, or the idea is really to...
Our mission, really, our idea is to be really a global brand. So our real idea is to have the customer that travel maybe in New York or Madrid or London or Melbourne, Australia, have exactly the same experience everywhere in any Sunglass Hut store. That's why, as you said, the format is always the same format. The brands, 90% are the same. Maybe there's some local brand that's still working in some country. The only thing we change sometimes is the marketing communication, the front door. I give you an example. In Brazil, in December is the summer season. and here is holidays, snow and the weather. So we need to for sure adapt. We can show in Brazil something with a hat or very
exactly.
clothes, and the opposite. So the only thing really we change a little bit, adapt the in-store communication, but the rest really is exactly the same. Or I think we aim to.
Yeah, and like you must sell. I assume that you must sell more sunglasses during the summer, right? So you have like a shift of
of
of peaks of sales.
For sure.
Yeah.
Even for us, holidays also is very important season. From Black Friday in December is the second most important month for us.
Oh, absolutely, of course. And how is that in the global perspective? I know that you're responsible for North America. If you wanna, you can respond from here, but. Standardizing the store and what you're selling there, and it probably requires a lot of training of personnel.
Absolutely.
Visual merchandising must be the same, and etc. They use a lot of technologies to allow this standardization. Yeah,
of course. So as I said before, really we are intentional to have the same experience everywhere. So the stores, it's easy, the format, the product, it's easy. But the people, no, it's not easy because, as I said before, every country has their own culture, ideology, mindset. People think differently. So that's why we try to standardize the training and the experience. We have an amazing training platform in the group, Luxottica, called Leonardo. It's everything online. For example, for us, it's really, really important. Training the people is one of the most important pillars we have for our growth. And we really track every week, every month, the assignment in the training. For example, last year, I was just reviewing last week, we invested more than 400,000 hours in North America in associate. Think about, we have almost 10,000 people. It means that's really, on average, I have 300 hours invested in associate. Over 1 million courses for each associate overall we assign. So for us, it's really important because, the product knowledge is so important to have the confidence with the customer. Also in the training, we train the selling behaviors, how really to approach the customer. It is, for me, it's very important to be standardized in Europe, in Australia, or in South America. The way they approach a customer in Sunglass Hut should be the same really experience everywhere. So that's why in Leonardo, we coach and teach as well the customer experience, because the Sunglass Hut experience. So also we launched last year with Harvard. There are very interesting courses about leadership in Harvard that everyone has free access in Luxottica. So from us, training and the digital is so important in the development.
So so you focus a lot on the development of the sales associate.
Absolutely.
That's the face of the company at the end of the day, right? And I imagine that for eyewear, stores are very important. I've never bought any sunglasses or any glasses at all online because I gotta see how it looks on my face. I wonder if the pandemic changed that, if more people started using the digital interface online to buy sunglasses.
Yeah, for sure. Because in pandemic 2020, as all the stores, I still remember the day, March 17. Unfortunately, we need to shut down in one day 1,700 stores. We closed all the stores in one day. It's been closed for almost 1 or 2 months. So it depends on the states. So for sure, all the customers that they wanted to still buy sunglasses, they didn't have any stores. They start
But they didn't have any reasons to buy. You're not leaving the house. I don't know.
They the house do nothing. They had money, so they were not many, but there was a shift for sure. There's a shift important from brick and mortar to e-commerce. Now they bounced back a little bit. Last year, brick and mortar regained a little more importance, but no, for sure after pandemic, the e-commerce became much more relevant for the consumers and the digital as well.
And how was that day for you, March 17th?
Oh my gosh, it was really not easy day. I will never forget because we were the last one almost to close. We were trying really to maintain really more for the associate, not for the business, not for me. I don't want to really put the associate without the work because at the end we need to follow a lot of associate to terminate the associate after 1 month. So for me, my really concern was our associate, what the future for them. So I would try until the last day to maintain open, but I remember I went to Westchester Mall, where I live. The 17, they were ghost mall. They were me 4 stores open, one Mars and the other 3. But there was nobody as customer there. So then I called my boss and said, we need to close. And the way they have the call with all the field leader to communicate this was not easy. Well, not easy because, I mean, you see, we didn't know when to reopen. We knew that we will close the stores, but we didn't know when we would reopen. So there was a little tough challenge. But for sure, I mean, it was important. And after 1 month, we saw that we could reopen, create a plan, start to recall one by one all the store manager back to work. Has been an experience. I mean, not fun, but for sure an experience.
So glad that we all survived those times. Everybody was so uncertain. And what do you see in general? It doesn't have to be Sunglass Hut, but you've been in retail for all these years. But what are the shifts in retail that you saw in this last year since the pandemic in terms of stores? Yeah,
I always say that I think the last 3 years has been the most disruptive years in retail in the last 20 decades, for sure. Because you think again, 2021, there was a completely different situation. People had a lot of money, they didn't travel, they received the stimulus check, a lot of saving. And after 1 year lockdown, they wanted really to spend, the famous revenge spend, you know? So I remember in that year in the stores, the only concern was to hire people because nobody wanted to work. So we have this concern. It really to sanitize and clean all the product because the customer was buying by himself without any effort, any push. After 2 years only, last year was completely the opposite. The customer have a lot of concern, inflation, the interest rate, consumer confidence fell down. So it's become much more difficult to convince to sell. So that's why the customer experience became much more relevant. That's why we invest much more in training, in engaging associates. So after 2 years, really, I think the retail turned really around. And many retailers were not prepared. Many associates, all the associates we hired during COVID, they're not prepared. They're not prepared to really to be more pushy, to have this greater, bigger relationship with the customer. So for us, we need to really readapt quick all the strategy, the training, the coaching to really focus most in the human connection with the customer. Because at the end, for me, retail is really a human connection with the customer.
Exactly. That can shift the whole experience if you're not greeted right and etc.
The smiling,
or if they don't know about the
authentic,
product.
Exactly. Learn about the customer, not try want to sell immediately. You have to create this connection, the relationship as a friend, not to know better the customer, gain his confidence at the end, then present the product and sell. Without this, at least our product that is expensive. You know, they need. Without this relationship, it's very difficult to make a sell.
Yeah, because I imagine because it's a product that is expensive, the client might not buy it on the first visit. It might take some time to consider and then come back.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that the stores now, we were just have one. Giorgio gave me a gift today, so it was super nice. He was explaining the Fifth Avenue Sunglass Hut for me. Beautiful store, by the way, you guys gotta see it. But I noticed there in other stores, also in Portugal and in other countries, that now you have these digital displays around the store. We've tried a few things. What was the idea to bring this digital experience?
It's really to have this connection, digital e-commerce experience in stores, to really replicate the e-commerce experience in stores. So we launched really during COVID. We call Smart Shopper. We have in all stores this screen you saw in Fifth Avenue, and they're really exactly the same experience e-commerce in a store. We have an endless assortment. We have more than 8,000 SKUs in this digital tool.
How many do you usually have in a store?
800.
Okay,
800. We have really the full complete assortment of Ray-Ban, of Oakley, of Prada, in everything in this store. Also, we have other brands we don't have in stores. We have really much more brands. And as you saw, we have also the customized. So you can go and select one pair of Ray-Ban. You can select the color of the frame, of the lenses as your pleasure. Also, you can engrave the temple with your name of your father, your mother, or your husband, whatever you want to put. You need to customize, personalize the product. And last but not least, also we have a new tool we call Frame Advisor. It's amazing. This that they before a face scanning, make a scan of your face, and then based on this, they recommend the artificial intelligence what the best product fit for you, based on your skin, your shape of your face. You have to say if you like sport or fashion, what type of habit you have. Really make personal recommendation of you. This is really amazing tool.
Amazing. And in terms of personalization, you also collect some data of the customer, or
not here. We collect at the end during the checkout. I mean, your email, really normal data. Email, your birthday, and that's it. Just to have a CRM loyalty program.
And another thing that we've tried today, and it's just for me, it's just phenomenal to think that this might be the future. The Meta and Ray-Ban glass. It's called smart glass, right?
Yeah.
Where you have a camera and you can record and etc.
You have artificial intelligence as well. You can ask Meta any question and they answer you. It's really.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah. Now this is really amazing. We have the second generation. We just launched in October. It's been really a great surprise for everyone because the customer responded very, very well. So as you say, we have out of stock now because we sell much more than the forecast. I think, I don't know what will be the limit for this, but for sure, I think a lot in this opportunity. I really think the technology can really enhance our products and glasses. We were just a product that, protect the eye from the sun rays, also in terms of aesthetic. But we never really have a product that really have the technology, in embedded artificial intelligence. I think it can be a future. I don't know really what the potential, but I think can grow much faster. If you think only the second generation, we are really, the results are amazing. I think when we think about 10 or 15 generations, the iPhone, I think can really have a very important share in our business this.
And the Gen Zers, they must be thinking that, I don't know, I think this is amazing.
I'm only Gen Z. I think every kind of customer.
And show my friends.
Very easy. If you say very easy with the bottom, you can control the audio, the record. It's very easy. It's the knowledge Gen Z. Everyone really really fall in love about this product, and so.
Your kids have it.
My kids have it. A lot of our associates also were into promoting this. So it's something we really to push. Also, I'm not aware, we launched in Vegas, the convention Vegas last month, another great technology device that is a frame in the clear frame, in the prescription lens. We introduce a technology that help you the ear better. So now it help you can see better because a prescription lens. At the same time, also you can hear better. So we just launched last month, not in sunglasses, but in our optical brands. So we'll launch in the retail in the next second half of the year. But something that imagine that you don't hear very well, or you are in an environment very noisy. Imagine that we have music here. I can hear very well. With this tool, I can hear just you and not exclude all the noise in the environment. So this is a really amazing
This is
tool.
perfect for me because I have very sensitive ears.
Yeah. So think about. So really, I really like this company because we are investing a lot of innovation and technology always. But never underestimate or forget our people. So we invest in our people first, in the development, in training, in engagement, at the same time invest in technology. So really the perfect combination for the future growth.
You would just say that the future of Luxottica might be go from an eyewear company to electronics company?
I don't think 100%, but this is intention. This is intention to expand our business model, not only glasses, but we want to expand other business, you say technology, hearing, or really thinking what is the next steps for us. We want to really to be the leaders in our industry to create a new business for everyone.
And how are you seeing 2024 for?
I just finished a meeting yesterday with my team. I told them I feel optimistic for us for two reasons. First of all, because I think also the economy overall will be a little better. I think the interest rate probably will be hold down hopefully soon. Also, the consumer confidence is getting better. My second is because I think, especially our company, I think more of the retailer, last year we learned a lot. Based on the circumstances, the difficulties, I said before, the headwinds we have, we really need to deep dive in our business, understanding what the opportunity. So we really change the strategy, the plan to take the new opportunity. So we really create a strong new plan. We change a lot compared to last year. I think we are much more ready now, much more prepared to face the new challenging opportunities.
Changed in terms of what?
I mean, in strategy, in priority, some people as well. So everything. I would say 360 will. They think everything was working well, and what the opportunities, and it will really reshape the priority, the strategy, the execution, and also the way we coaching and training the team. And also I would say the accountability ladder. So holding more people accountable. So understanding really that this year we need everyone need to win.
And how many stores you have under your management?
Oh, it's tough because I think it's 1,687 because we change. I mean,
oh, wow.
16, we open, we close, 1,687. Yeah.
What is your strategy to manage all those people? Like, how would you describe your leadership?
Well, I think, Paula, since for me, leading 30 people, I was leading Portugal, or 10,000 people I'm managing now, I never change. I didn't change so much. For me, it's really the way you lead, the leadership type. I will always try to be a servant leader. For me, servant leader really means that put always the team before any personal interest. First me, but everyone that is working with me, I always try to teach this and to show this. For me, it's important that we are a team. We are win a team or we lose a team. And the team interests are always coming before any personal individual interest. This for me the way I always try to learn and to lead my team. Second, really try to always lead with empathy and intelligence, emotional intelligence. We to understand how we can listen more than communicate maybe. Listen how they need, how can support them. Be all open to everyone, no? And listen to the feedback, make them feel important in organization. Not only the top manager, but also the associate in the stores. Really keep them engaged and make them feel everyone matter here in the organization. This is, for me, it's important. And second, also communicate. You need always to communicate the strategy very well, to repeat, to make the follow-up. So it's really to be open as much as possible. This is my leadership style.
And it reflects very well when I didn't tell you that, but I got at your store 30 minutes early on purpose because I wanted to see how things were without you there. And then they were like, oh, how can I help you? Have you seen this pair?
Yeah.
And etc. It was very good. And then, how did you hear about the smart glass? I was like, Giorgio explained to me. Oh, Giorgio, we love Giorgio. I was like, is he a good boss? And they're like, yeah, of course. They were so happy. And then we got there and I saw how you treat them. You say hi to everybody. You ask how they are.
For me, it's really important to treat always everyone with respect, and to treat them, to greet them. So this is important for me, really. I always say, treat people as we would like to be treated. This for me is really something that my father also taught me, and easy to do, but you see really the engage the people.
Unfortunately, not many people practice that, right? Like I hope more people can listen to that and see, because it reflects on how people work. They want to be part of the team of somebody that respects them.
Sure. Also, for me, other thing, I always encourage to take risks, not be afraid to lose or to fail. I think the biggest learning in my life is when I fail, when I make mistakes. So for me, I always say, don't be afraid. We fail once, twice, maybe sometimes we are successful, we have a great idea, but don't be afraid to take risks, to have new ideas. This I think is really important, that really everyone feel really safe here to say something or to try something new. Because the evolution is really to try something new. Otherwise, if you do always the same, you can expect different results, right?
Absolutely. And I usually start these last questions with, what was your biggest achievement? But as we're talking about failure, what was your biggest failure and what have you learned from it?
Well, as I say, I don't remember. I have. But for me, I think I do failure every day. I say something that I not something that I remember the one biggest. But for me, I take really failure naturally. I don't feel that I'm not, again, that depressed or discouraged when I make a mistake, I fail. Because, again, I a person that really want to...
You learn and you move on.
Yeah.
That's it.
I learn why I did mistake, what I failed. I try to do better next time. I try to forget it, not something that I'm obsessed with a failure. No, maybe I will think one always, but I did millions, so I don't say that I didn't. I do millions. One day, maybe I remember when I was in Brazil, I was implementing the franchising model. We were only on stores. Brazil is the most complicated country in the world for sure, in terms of legislation, fiscal, labor. Especially the fiscal part is so complicated. So since I didn't really understand, when I was expert, I delegate. I don't really deep dive, and I have a consultant in my team to work on this. I really need to make some follow up. Then we launch. It was not right. So as a learning, maybe for this important thing, even I'm not confident, I have to deep dive, follow up, and make some. Be sure that it's working before launching without.
So what is your advice for someone that wants to open a business in Brazil?
No, do not put on Brazil. Not really. For all my friends, American, European, the big mistake my company did is really open direct in Brazil. Everyone that's successfully open through franchising, because it's difficult to explain, but legislation, labor, everyone have franchising. Don't open a chain in Brazil because nobody really was successful in Brazil directly.
That's a very good insight. Yeah. And what was your biggest achievement in your career?
Yeah, the same. I'm a humble person. I don't know sincerely what the biggest achievement. I not be overexcited when in success and not all depressed in the failure. No, but for me, what's really important, made me happy. My really main goal is develop people, see people growing in my company, in my organization. So we're thinking what I'm most proud of, big achievement in Spain. Had a person that was a mid-major, but I saw potential in him. I see great potential in him. So I took under my development plan. I was a mentor for him. I developed him. At the end, when I left Spain, I put name here on me successor. So everyone was a little scared. He's junior, he's young, no experience. No, for me, I see he is ready. He was very successful. He grew an organization, and nowadays is one of the best talent we have in wholesale division. So this, for me, is still my biggest.
You found someone, and you shaped a new leader. You helped shape a new leader.
Yeah.
You're a coach.
Yeah, this is my passion. Really, coaching, mentoring, give advice to the young people coming work with me. They have I want to see really that passion for them, commitment, a desire to learn, to grow. This is important for me. I'm super available, open to really in this mentorship program. So
you make yourself even accessible to every person.
Every person. Yeah.
Amazing. And what would be your advice to someone that wants to work in retail and grow within the industry?
I said before, for me, retail is amazing. It's amazing. I recommend everyone to work in retail, but if you need to have passion of the product and of the brand you sell, because otherwise, and you have with passion, you have this human relationship connection. You have to have a good skill, or at least like to have a relation with the people, talk to the people, not be introverted, not be shy. These are I think 2 basic skills you need to work in retail. It's easy when you have this something here, your heart is energy. This really to talk to people at the end.
But I feel in retail, you as we're talking about people growing, right? I feel like a lot of people work in retail just to pay for the bills while they're studying or something like that. I don't see many people that want to pursue retail. What do you think is the problem?
This is not the problem. This is the reality. Most of the people here in the US, most in Europe, they think retail really to pay the college or the bills. They have not really they aspire as a career. That's normal. Normal. That's why for us it's important during the interview understanding the personality of the person. Is a person that have the potential? Is a person a little extroverted, like to talk, to communicate, or is very introverted, shy, does talk a lot? Is the person when you talk about our products and glasses show passion, energy, or they say, well, indifferent? That's why first selection, first filter. And then when we're in stores, it's important to coach, inspire them, keep motivated, because this is the risk that they just spend 4 hours of the paycheck on the engagement. These are main focus and mission.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to feel they are part of a bigger thing and not just to be clock in, clock out.
Most of them, then they leave because they have other aspiration, career, but at least as long as they work in Sunglass Hut, they need to be happy, engaged, motivating. The hour they work, they really have the high motivation engagement possible.
And now I want to know how many people is in your family? I mean, kids and...
I have 3 kids.
3 kids.
3 dogs and 1 wife.
All right. How many sunglasses you have at home?
Oh, I think more 100 probably. Yeah,
for sure. Well, that was all. Thank you so much, Giorgio, for taking this time with me. It has been an amazing experience going to the store. I will try to put some videos that we made at the store here on the website. And well, it's just, you're a fantastic person.
No,
Keep doing,
easy with you. You're a great.
Keep doing what you do. Even now, I think I'm gonna send a CV to my resume to Sunglass Hut. I think I'd love to have you as a boss.
I would love to.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this interview. At the end, even Claire, who was recording the episode, felt like she wanted to work with Giorgio. And if you have any suggestions and ideas, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or send me an email to ideas@offbounds.tv. This was my gift that Giorgio gave me, and I'm very excited to wear it today, and see you next Tuesday.